Hey everyone, Mayresh this side. Today I want to share an advanced tutorial on image generation in Chronicle. In Chronicle, you have access to all the modern image generation models like Flux, Seed Dream, ImageGen, Runway, Nanobanana, Recraft, pretty much every model, and we keep releasing new ones. I want to show you how you can make the best of these to generate high quality product shots, stand out team images, and do actions that will really help you create stellar slides. Today I want to focus on 5 main things. One, generating beautiful abstract images that can be decorative or backgrounds, like the one that you're seeing on the screen right now. 2, creating stunning product shots so that you can take your existing UI or designs and show them in the most stellar way. 3, professional team portraits so you can make consistent studio grade portraits for your team slides. 4, studio grade renders for industrial design. So if you're selling a physical product, this can be quite useful. And 5, how to use image generation for performing operation on logos. Let's jump in. Let's start with how we can generate a beautiful decorative image like you see here. So in order to generate an image in Chronicle, simply insert an image first. So you can place an image anywhere. Click on this top right corner where it says generate image. You can see 3 options here: generate image, make changes, and remove background. For now, let's go with generate image. I can just write any prompt here. Let's say I'm just going to paste this prompt. I can choose a model that I want to generate with. You have access to tons of models here. I'm going to go with Chronicle's default model, which is a model that we've trained. Simply hit generate and watch Chronicle perform its magic. All the images generated in Chronicle currently are in a square aspect ratio, and then you can further crop it or kind of change it the way you need. So here you go. This is the image that Chronicle generated with this prompt of high-end 3D render. The best part is, if you're not happy with this or you want to make some changes, you can just go to make changes, say change the color to pastel red. I typically use Nanobanana for making changes. It works quite well at preserving the original composition, but making small tweaks to my images. So let's hit generate and see whether it is able to retain the shape while changing the color of this image. There you go. So change the color of the foreground of that image and the background is still blue. And you can still kind of play around with this to get the desired effect as you need. With this, you can generate these stunning decorative or abstract images. You can try a bunch of different styles that can be anywhere from motion blur to these kind of 3D renders and so on. The best part is you can generate straight inside backgrounds as well. So just hit generate and follow the same process and you will get a background that is generated like this. I'll skip that for now. Let's move to the next topic. Here's how you generate product shots with Nanobanana inside mockups to visualize your UI in the best way possible. So here is a screenshot from my favorite app, Artsy, which is a marketplace for artworks. Let's say I want to replace this screen with this screen, which would usually take a lot of complicated operations, but with image generation, this is quite easy. So let me just copy that in my clipboard. I can go to make changes. I'll just paste this image in. As you can see, these are the reference images for Nanobanana for this particular operation. You can remove these images or add one more image here as well. Most models take anywhere between 2 to 4 reference images. So let's say replace the screen in the picture with the attached screenshot and hit enter and let Nanobanana do its magic. Typically, this works really well. It will bring in all the details of lighting, the skew, as well as preserve all the details from the previous image. Here you go. So just to show you the difference, this was the previous screenshot and now we replaced it with the new screenshot. And I think it works really, really well. As you can see, it has preserved all of the text. The artwork is pretty much preserved in its in the way that it was. All these tags are preserved. So it is kind of noticeably the same image and the UI is kind of translated here. We use this quite a bit to show the product in action, and you can create really stellar product slides with this image generation. Let's move on to the next topic, which is how can you create professional people portraits with image generation? Now, many people slides or team slides have one picture in a particular way and another in a different. And so let's say this was my team and I just have this weird sideward looking picture that I want to change into the same consistent style. What I can do here is just write simple instructions that says, turn this into a front facing black and white portrait. Let me just go into make changes, write that down. You can add any more instructions that you need. I've just asked it to give me a confident gaze as well. Let's see if that works. I'm still using Nanobanana here. It is a pretty versatile model that is able to do all of these operations across such a breadth of different types of images. There you go. I think that gaze is quite interesting. We can continue iterating on this and make it a zoomed in shot with higher contrast and so on. But as you can tell here, it has done a pretty good job of converting this to a front facing portrait, turned it black and white and so on. You can also do drastic changes to images. So for example, I generated this Apple style Memoji avatar straight from this picture that I also generated with the prompt. Typically, these kind of operations also work really well. But one thing I did here was also remove the background, which you can do quite easily in Chronicle. So just click on an image and just say remove background, and Chronicle will do this pretty quickly and quite effectively. I think that's quite useful for both people shots as well as sometimes for product shots. So as you can see, the background here is now fully removed. So that's how you can use image generation for making some edits to your portraits and people pictures in your slides. Let's see how you can generate studio quality product shots inside Chronicle. So let's say you have a concept that you're working with, something like this, high-end industrial design render. I'll just copy this prompt, duplicate this image, and I can go to generate image and paste this in. Let's try Seed Dream for this one. It works quite well with photorealism and text usually, and you can see how it will generate a slightly different image compared to what we have right now. Seed Dream typically takes a little bit longer, but to help you folks out, what we've done here is written out all of the different times and the token charges for each of the different models, as well as what they are good at, so that you can choose the right model where you need, or just choose your favorite one. There you go. That's the industrial render that we generated. Again, same as before, you can perform operations to make this better, remove the background, or make subtle tweaks. Industrial design is an area where image generation is actually really, really good. So you can generate very high quality shots of things like this chair. So furniture, as you can see, there's a depth of field and you can focus on specific details like this fur. You can mention details like the texture, the materials being used to give it additional quality. For example, in this one, I have mentioned metallic surfaces and original knobs, which gives it this flavor. Yeah. For the last topic, we have how to generate high quality logos straight inside Chronicle, or how to paste them into these beautiful kind of organizations. Now, let's say I want to replace this logo with a different logo. Let's try using the logo for X here as something that we want to bring into this image. Simply go to make changes, paste this logo in and say, replace the right hand side logo with the attached logo for X. I would still use Nanobanana for operations like this. Sometimes when you're dealing with characters like X or text, image generation models may falter. So let's see if it is able to retain this logo type for us in this particular operation. I think it did a pretty good job. We can further ask it to make changes to make the right-hand side square fully black. And you can do a bunch of back and forth and kind of get there. You can also do this in more complicated kind of mockups where you want to show your app's icon in a certain way or want to show an app drawer amongst like 5 other. So you can perform operations on logo files to create these beautiful kind of diagrams in Chronicle. I have 2 tips and tricks here to get the best outcomes. One, you can use some of these keywords that always elevate your image generation outputs to a bit better. Aesthetic quality boosters, like saying editorial photography or premium aesthetic, always gives it a touch more professional look. You can mention lighting, texture, or composition keywords like soft diffuse lighting, subtle reflections, brushed aluminum like we saw, or liquid chrome texture, or ultra wide angle, aerial photos, shallow depth of field to get these images to look even better. Color and mood modifiers work quite well, so you can use keywords like neutral warm tones, color, cool modern tones, or even soft pastel haze or cinematic shadows. Luxury and calm keywords always make the images look a little bit more premium. So you can say things like quite elegant, sophisticated mood, or museum grade aesthetic. Those work quite well. Now, if you don't want to do all of this, there is still another way that's easier. What you can do is simply insert the image here. Go to generate image. Let's say motion blur image of an electric vehicle, and simply hit this enhance prompt button. And what this will do is Chronicle will look at your base prompt and rewrite that into a much more detailed, better prompt. Typically, it works quite well for setting the scene with these kind of broader images. So let's just hit generate. Maybe let's use a faster model for this, Flux. So here you go. This will generate an image of a car with motion blur. As you can see, that works quite well. You can also ask Chronicle to write a detailed prompt for you. So you can say, write a prompt for Nanobanana to make changes or to generate a beautiful aerial shot of a city. You can give it instructions to make this prompt super big, like 5, 6 sentences or 1 paragraph. Hit rewrite, and Chronicle will write out a prompt that is specific to Nanobanana for you. You can take this prompt and then generate an image with it. So just paste it in, choose Nanobanana here, hit generate, and you can generate an image as you need to. Again, these are specific things. There you go. That's the image that we generated. If we had just typed an aerial shot of a city, probably some of the cinematic quality would have been missing. So you can use Chronicle to your advantage to generate really high quality prompts. So that's how you use image generation in Chronicle. You can make really high quality product shots. You can make stellar, consistent, professional photographs for your team slides. You can use this to create stunning product shots and get your UI straight into mockups, or generate decorative images that you can use as backgrounds or placeholders. Hope that helps, and thanks a lot for watching. Cheers.